The weather is unusually inclement for the time of year.
Let us hope it is so in Leningrad.
Ivan,
Adrian.
you are an old friend of Squiffy, yes?
Yes. He was my tutor at Cambridge.
Cambridge. It's good, very good. Tell me, what do you do in England?
I'm a freelance sculptor.
Very good. You know, of course, what this will entail.
Yes. Yes, I do.
There's no going back, you know.
No.
Excellent. We'll leave for Moscow tonight.
Wonderful. I think I'll be the best spy you've ever had.
Spy? Spy? No boyfriend of mine goes out to work.
The Iranian government has ridiculed the idea that the Ayatollah Khomeini may be dead. They say he hasn't even been arrested.
Doctors had to be called in following the result of the South Belfast by-election last week, when a man tried to punch the Reverend Ian Paisley in the mouth and fell in.
After months of argument, doctors have finally agreed on a definition of brain death. It's when you enjoy the Reader's Digest.
As you join us, the Chancellor has been speaking for over an hour and has said nothing of any great interest.
And I'm much moved, I must confess, by a series of petitions protesting at the very high level of taxation leveled against cigarettes, drink, and petrol. I have therefore decided to remove all duty on those items. Instead, I shall place duty of 100% purchase price on the following.
And here come the new items which will be heavily taxed.
Wheelchairs, white sticks, false limbs, glass eyes, and diarrhea medicine. Observers will notice I have deliberately chosen to penalize those members of the community who can't hit back.
So, no change there.
A very good evening to you, and welcome to Question Time. And with me here tonight, I have a very distinguished panel. First of all, a man widely tipped by many to be a future Prime Minister of England, Lord Carrington.
Good evening.
Next to him, the Liberal MP for Land's End South, Rudolph B. And to my left, and indeed to everybody's left, the sylph-like figure of Francis Morel.
Good evening.
And lastly, a man who I'm told is very popular throughout the country, but I personally can't abide him, Clive Jenkins.
Hello.
Could we have the first question, please?
In view of the fact that the Soviet Union has just launched 50,000 megatons of nuclear warheads against Britain...
Yes, yes.
Which will be arriving in approximately 4.5 minutes. What are the panel's views on Britain's future as a world power?
Yes, well, there we have it. A very topical question from Mrs. Johnson there. 50,000 megatons are on their way, and we're all going to die very shortly. Lord Carrington.
Well, leaving the Holocaust aside for a few minutes.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid we can't do that.
Now let me finish. Now let me finish. As I've said before, you have to view this kind of thing in global terms. It would be very easy for me to sit here and blame President for everything, and I'm sure that would give you something to talk about on your program. But you know, Great Britain is not an island.
Yes, well, I'm afraid it is, actually, Peter.
And we have to weigh up the pros and cons and get them to balance. And I would say that on balance, the world is about to be devastated by nuclear.
Holocaust?
Holocaust, as I mentioned
yes.
earlier. Now, some people might think that's a bad thing. Others might quite like the idea, I don't know. Don't come to me asking for a short answer to that one.
Yes, well, I wish I never had, in fact. Because we haven't got much time, and I'd like to go over to Rudolph B. Now,
We're all going to die!
yes, well, short and to the point, as usual. Francis Morel.
Well, I'm amazed. I mean, we're sitting here talking about a nuclear holocaust, casually discussing the destruction of the entire planet, and ignoring the major issue, which is the appalling record of this Conservative government. And the real tragedy here is that 3 million people will die unemployed. And here, I would like to drone on about Tory economic policy insofar as it relates to everything else I've been saying.
Thank you, Francis. Relevant as ever. And now, Clive Jenkins, the Holocaust.
Robin, my member.
Yes, thank you very much, Clive.
No, I will have my say.
Yes, if you must.
At a moment like this, I wonder what Nye Bevan would have done. And I'm pretty sure he would have shot in his pants. The point is that while we are sitting here in this comfortable studio, the average trade unionist is down a coal mine.
Yes, well, I don't know about you, Clive, but that's precisely where I'd like to be right now. Well, another question. Mrs. Bentos of Cheltenham?
Yes. If the panel only had 30 seconds left to live, who would the panel most like to have sexual intercourse with?
Well, there we are, as I said. Time for a quick one, Francis.
Don't need loving, need psychiatry. Don't like loving, just like getting laid. Go on singing till I'm hoarse. Am I sexist? Well, of course. I'm 42, my girlfriend's 8. I do as I please. You've only gotta smell me to catch my disease. I'm a headbanger, yeah. I like to bang my head. Bang my head. I'm a headbanger, and when I break my head, I bang my girl instead. She gives him head. I got verrucas on my tongue, and I grow mushrooms up my bum. See this swelling in my pants? Well, that's a nest of killer ants. I eat raw meat. I like things weird. I got 3 Big Macs and a dildo in my beard. I'm a headbanger, yeah. I like to bang my head. Bang my head. And one day when my head falls off, I'll bang my neck instead. Neck instead. Bang it, and when I die, wanna be electrocuted, wanna fry. He likes to bang his head. I'm a headbanger, yeah. I got him over the head. I'm a headbanger, yeah. My brain is dead. I'm a headbanger, yeah.
That was a clip of Soft Cell live on Whistle Test last year. And now for all the frustrated wimps around, we've got Mark in the studio tonight. Hello, Mark.
Hi there, Annie.
Now, Mark, I must ask the question on everybody's lips. When's the new album due out?
Yesterday. No, there's been a lot of hassle with the recording company. I wanted to bring out a single album.
But they wanted a double with some old live cabaret recordings to roll in, which would be a real rip-off.
Right.
So that's what we're doing.
Right. And that is, in fact, what you're calling the album, isn't it? A real rip-off. Now, Mark, you've received macho acclamo for Tainted Love, but lots of people in the music press have been saying that, in fact, you're a pretentious little jerk, and that you sing out of tune, and that, in fact, you have no control over anything you do. How would you answer that?
Balance.
Right, well, thank you, Mark Orman.
Well, she was certainly game for a laugh. Oh, you're right there, Ducky.
Well, moving on. Now, moving on. Here's a little tale that certainly had me up to my eyes in it. I'm standing outside the house of Geoffrey Lewis's house. Now, Geoffrey has always complained about his wife and the fact that he can't get a word in edgeways because she never stops talking. So, earlier today, we at Game for a Laugh came round to his house and cut his wife's head off. Now, I hear through my ears that Geoffrey's just coming round the corner. So let's see if Geoffrey Lewis is game for a laugh.
Let's hope he doesn't recognise me. He's arrived. He's getting out of the car now. Yeah, and he's going up to the front door. Yes, I think he's found her. Let's go and see if Geoffrey Lewis is game for a laugh. Come on. Hello, Geoffrey.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
Geoffrey, can I ask you why you're looking so perturbed?
My wife! The head!
Right.
You knew?
Yes, Geoffrey, we knew. But what you didn't know was that a couple of weeks ago, your wife rang us up and said you'd be the sort of fella who was game for a laugh.
Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, this is unbelievable. You mean you guys cut her head off?
That's right.
And I came out and you were watching. What a bunch of loonies.
Great.
Just wait till I tell the wife. Just wait till I tell my brother. He's coming around this afternoon. We love your show.
What Geoffrey doesn't know is that Sarah's prepared a little reception for his brother. Geoffrey, we couldn't let you go. We couldn't let you go without you choosing a Game for a Laugh award.
But what Geoffrey doesn't realise is that only one of the boxes actually contains the Game for a Laugh award. The other three boxes contain a man trap, a tarantula, and a bucket of nitric acid. And he's chosen the right one, the meat mincer.
For a
have some very bad news for you, I'm afraid.
Oh, really?
Yes, the tests came back from the laboratory, and you have the highest level of cholesterol they've ever seen.
Oh.
This may sound a bit premature, but when you die, would you mind leaving your body to me?
Well, if I can be of some use afterwards. For research purposes, I suppose.
No. I want to hang you up in the garden so the blue tits can peck at you.
I buy the Daily Telegraph because it doesn't try to tell me what to think. It just reports the news.
I buy the Daily Express because it informs me quickly, tells me what's going on, and lets me get on with my job.
I read the Financial Times because I've got a pink bathroom.
Have you got the talk wrench, Bob?
No, Bob. I think Bob's got it. Bob!
Yes, Bob?
Have you got Bob's talk wrench?
No, Bob, I haven't. Hasn't Bob got it? No, Bob, I haven't. Oh, hang on. No, Bob's got it. Bob!
Yes, Bob? Bob says you got the talk wrench.
No, Bob!
Oh, sorry, Bob. Bob's got it.
Bob! Yes, Bob? No, not you, Bob. Bob! Bob, have you got Bob's talk wrench?
Bob must have it. Bob!
Oh, look,
No,
Bob,
Bob
you
says-
said you had it down here. Bob, you had it yesterday.
I'll lend it to Bob.
Can you ask Bob further down?
The new BL
Ambassador. Hand-built by Roberts. Hello. I've just brushed my teeth with the new Glee. You know, the wife's always buying these new products, but this one really is different. It's guaranteed to ward off bacteria. It's got extra ingredients for that added protection. And let's see now. It's scientifically approved, and for that gleaming sparkle, just wipe around the rim of the bowl and the U-bend at night.
Thank you, Tim. And now on to Holiday Habits, the part of the programme that prepares you for the quainter customs of some of the exotic places you might be holidaying in this year. Tonight, we look at Belgium, and in particular, Belgian eating habits. We have with us the Belgian chargé d'affaires, le comte de Froufrou. Hercule, we've heard that there are some extraordinary social habits connected with eating in your country. Is this true?
They may seem extraordinary to you, but to us, they are, how say you, small potatoes.
Yes, but we've heard, for example, that belching is a great compliment to your host.
Ah oui, c'est vrai. The satisfied guest will feel bounden to burp at the end of his meal.
But what if you really want to impress your host with how much you've enjoyed a meal?
Breaking wind is a high compliment. If after, or even during a meal, a guest blows off, then this is construed as high praise indeed.
Preferably audibly, I suppose.
Yes, Cliff. But even the hushed burst of wind, when it finally reaches the nose of the host, will not be misconstrued. Indeed, in certain circles, the tact of the silent waft is much prized. Whatever, your host will know that this meal is one of the finest you have ever tasted.
Yes, but what if you want to say, this is the finest meal I have ever tasted?
Not a very likely contingency in Belgium, my little shuffles.
No, but let's say.
Well, for a truly exquisite banquet, vomiting is the highest praise.
Vomiting, yes.
The implication of bringing up all over the table is that the meal was so splendid, you would like to eat it up all over again.
Well, that's really fascinating. Hercule, thank you very much for being on the programme.
I've enjoyed it very much.
Two pizza Napoli! With extra mozzarella!
dozens of receivers, closed hundreds of factories, and there are thousands more teetering on the brink in Wales.
Mr. Wembley?
That's me.
I'm Claire Wimbush.
Oh, hello, lass.
I'm from the Youth Opportunities Programme.
Well, sit down, sit down, sit down. What can I do for you? Have a Rumbley's pie.
Oh, thank you very much. Mr. Rumbley, over the past 12 months, we've sent you 117 unemployed school leavers, and I'm here to see how they're getting along.
Yes.
You see, Rumbley's Pies and Sausages are one of our most cooperative local employers. And, we've never had any complaints from
No, well, you wouldn't have. Not from the kids, leastways.
How are they getting along, Mr. Rumbley?
Well, I'm using them mainly for filling in.
They're getting plenty of on-the-job training and all kinds of experience.
Yes.
That's marvellous. No problems with any of them at all.
Well, the usual hiccups, but nothing serious.
Well, I must say, Mr. Rumbley, you are the ideal employer, and not a hint of racial prejudice.
No. Bloody well hope not. Care for a black pudding?
Hundreds of chainsaws, thousands of bloodthirsty slant-eyed seamen, and only 3.5 whales left to go.
Now look!
Oh, Brigshaw, it's you.
I've just been informed that you have arbitrarily terminated the employment of Brother Jameson in the print room.
Is this true, Rogers?
Yes, but obviously he was,
Without, I might add, any consultation whatsoever with either the convener, the Joint Shop Stewards Committee, or myself.
Why was this man dismissed, Rogers?
He was dead, sir.
Dead?
Yes, he was found dead at his machine.
How did he die?
Peacefully in his sleep. I have the death certificate here.
Well, I really can't see the problem. I mean, if Jameson's dead, then we really...
Not officially. Look, it quite categorically states in the Working Practices Manual, death shall be deemed to have occurred when and only when rigor mortis takes place.
I thought we'd agreed on brain death.
No, if you remember, sir, the union felt that brain death might prejudice the status of their living members.
Well, so how long ago did this man die?
Brother Jameson became subject to involuntary immobilization about 18 weeks ago.
18 weeks? Good Lord, rigor mortis must have set in by now.
Well, it hasn't.
No, sir. Mr. Brigshaw had the body strapped to one of the central heating radiators.
Brigshaw.
Safety reasons, I'm afraid. I could not allow my members to take the risk of slipping in the ooze that was emanating from my member.
Ooze? My God, the body must be absolutely...
Oh, and that's another thing. We'll need complete sets of breathing apparatus in the print room, new air conditioning, and I would suggest triple wages for Brother Jameson, who throughout this difficult period has been available for work on a 3-shift basis. Oh, and there's one more thing.
What's that?
Could he have next Thursday afternoon off?
Great old chestnuts of the world. Number 8, the Swedish chemist's shop.
Good afternoon. Can I help you, sir? Yes, I would like some deodorant, please. Ball or aerosol? Neither. I want it for my armpits.
Welcome to Hey Wow. This is a programme that's different. It's not only for you, young people, kids, youth, whatever, it's by you. It's your input that's going to make it. Later on, we've got great music from Lufthansa Terminal. We've got mime from Alternative Car Park. We've got some amazing Greek television commercials.
Shut up! Can't you? For God's sake, I can hardly hear myself think.
First, the issue that makes people here very angry indeed. Unemployment.
Oh, not unemployment.
Yes, unemployment.
I'm going to take a back seat now because someone's going to lead us off on unemployment. Oh, for God's sake! Look, I think it'd be better if you came out here in front of the class, the audience. Now, you're unemployed. How do you feel?
The Tories! The Tories!
Don't help him. Well?
Oh, Tories.
And?
When's the bank coming on?
When I say so. When I say so. You! Yes, you! Would you do that at home? Well, don't do it here. And you can shut up as well. Out here. Well, have everybody off the scaffolding. Come on, everybody off the scaffolding. There's always someone who has to spoil it for everybody else, isn't there? Isn't there?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, sir.
Now, while we're waiting for Davis's minuscule brain to go through its machinations, the rest of you will watch a mime called, and if there's any sniggering, there'll be trouble, Alternative Car Park. What do you think you're doing? What?
I'm the mime.
Well, why didn't you say so? Right, get on with the mime.
I am a mime. My body is my tool.
All right, who threw that? Who threw that? Mr. Car Park has been kind enough to come here this afternoon all the way from Nottingham. We'll stand here in complete silence until someone owns up. I said complete silence. All right, roll the credits. You look revolting. Have you seen a doctor about that scab?
Let's spend our honeymoon in East Berlin. And though like lemmings we will never swim, the devil's lunar craft makes waves in time. My Asian brother says, spare me a dime. Nice video, shame about the song. Nice video, shame about the song. Subconscious prejudice, a way of life. 'Cause all the citizens of sin are rife. Our friends are castaways, the ship went down. The storm clouds gathering and statesmen drown. Nice video, shame about the song. Nice video, shame about the song. By the river of blood, the children cry. Their eagles ruined by an alibi. The cruel sea of the heartless earth. Oh, this must mean something to me. Nice video, shame about the song. 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 Nice video, shame about the song.
And so the wicked witch died, and everybody was released from her spell. There was laughing and singing in the streets, and there was no more illness, and there were no more poor people. And nobody had to pay taxes, and everybody was happy and contented, and lived happily ever after.
That was a party political broadcast on behalf of the Social Democratic Party.
join us at Turnberry, then, for this year's Pro-Am Silly Trousers Tournament. Who can wear the most ridiculous pair of pants in public? And first off the mark is our own Peter Oosterhuis. And my word, they are the most stupid pair of blue-checked strides I think I've ever seen. What a flamboyant little show-off he is. And now Dave Peacock Stockton displaying a pair of canary yellow Everpressed that even Jimmy Savile wouldn't be seen dead in. He's obviously hanging to the left a little bit there, but he's got to be one of the favourites. Oh, and look what Tom Weiskopf got for Christmas. A Rupert Bear annual. There's the hole, and there's his shirt tail sticking out of it. Jack Nicklaus now, and Jack knows that his plain green ones look much too sensible, so he's going to make them look sillier. What's he going to do? He's standing in the river, and yes, they've shrunk. Only Jack could pull off a stroke like that. He looks absolutely idiotic. He must be in with a chance now. But here's the favourite. Here's where the money's going. It's Gene Littler, and it looks like, yes, he's wearing his pyjama bottoms. When it comes to wearing silly trousers, there are no flies on this man. What a professional. What a contender. What a prick.
Good evening. The Laker crash, and it can now be reported that on hearing the news, the chairman of British Airways left his office with tears streaming down his cheeks. He said he hadn't laughed so much in ages.
British Rail are pleased to announce that they now have a train that goes so fast that the passengers can be in bed before the driver.
Entertainment. And Barry Manilow's agent told reporters today why the singer refused to sleep in a single bed at a Brighton hotel last week. Barry prefers a double bed, he explained, because it stops his nose hanging over the side.
Good evening. It's wonderful to be with you again, isn't it, Ronnie?
No, it's a bleeding pain in the arse, frankly. But in a packed programme tonight, you'll be reassured to know we'll be using exactly the same sort of material
as we've used for the last 20 years.
I shall be talking incredibly quickly, making thousands of thoonerisms and dressing up in women's clothing.
And I shan't be getting any laughs because he writes most of the scripts and makes sure I get all the crappy bits.
Later in the show, I shall be implying through smutty innuendo
that I have a very small part
and I have an enormous penis.
And all the way through the show, he shall frequently cry.
Spectacles?
By which he means testicles.
Cobblers?
By which he means testicles.
Didgeridoos?
By which he means penises.
Watermelons?
Breasts.
Articles?
Testicles again.
Bristols?
Breasts again.
And bouncers.
Breasts or testicles.
This is because we are a family show and I will not allow smut into your home.
Like birds, we're ornithologists, ornithologists.
I got a nice pair of binoculars.
You can stick them up on your tripod. We're marching up and down on the spot, spot, spot. Cause the sodding choreographers are twat, twat, twat. And we couldn't care a jot if we're military men or not. With a bum, how's your father? Leslie-eyed old man. They just crawling through the grass, thistles in me hair and bracken up the anus. I'm through to bits if I see a pair of tits, and I love to watch the sun go down. Oh, vagina, oh, vagina, oh, Chinatown. We're titting up and down on the willy bum bum, looking around with the cobblers, nobblers, nippling along with a pain in the bonkers, piddling about in the bum piss.
I wear my scarf when the weather turns bitter.
Everybody calls him the muffled titter.
I love it when the birds come a-pecking at me nuts.
Oh, with a bum tit, how's your father? Tickle a dildo, I'm a raven maniac. Got half a dozen chicks in me bivouac. I love to see them squirm with delight when I'm giving them a little bit of worm at night.
J. Arthur Rank and the titty bum Urals, nippling away with a pain in the Balkans, spotty botty wee wee, piddling about in the Jimmy Riddle Candelicker Orchestra. Knickers up and down to me, willy bum gooly, knockers to the Mabary, nympho beaver, knackers in the Baltic, clappering Peppering away, so we nicker and we knacker and we knock it all day. Knickers up and down to me, Willy Bum Cooley, knockers to the Maverick, Nimbo Beaver, knackers in the Baltic. Peppering away, so we nicker and we knacker and we knock and we knacker and we nicker and we knacker and we knock it all day.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Captain George Peterson. I'd like to welcome you aboard this Wallaby Airlines flight WA15 to Brisbane. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the flight you're on. We're now flying at 30,000 feet and we're doing approximately 520 knots. Oh my God. Number 2 engines failed. Massive depressurization. We're losing height, ladies and gentlemen. We're going down. We're going to die. No, but seriously, ladies and gentlemen, things can get pretty boring on these domestic.
Tonight, we ask the important question, does God exist? And in particular, we direct this question to our guest, the very Reverend Andy Simpson.
Thanks a lot, Angie. Yeah, my answer, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a predictably simple one. Of course, God exists. The proof is all around us. But I want to open that...
Excuse me.
A question from the audience.
If there is a God up there controlling things, why does he allow people doing a good turn to get hurt?
That old chestnut. Yeah. We're all sinful, in a way, aren't we?
Speak for yourself, Padre.
But we will all ultimately be rewarded in heaven, and I think
Hang about, let's get down to cases. I got this opening a tin of cat food yesterday morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even like the bloody mothy thing. But I opened its tin of kanga chunks and nearly cut my bloody finger off. Now why?
God really can't be expected to watch over everyone who's opening a tin of cat food. I'd like to raise the level of this discussion and talk about St. Paul, who started out not...
How is it? A man can stab his wife 80 times with a meat cleaver and not even get a crease in his trousers, while I nearly cut my bloody finger off trying to save the cat from starvation. While there are other lazy people sitting on their asses in front of the telly watching songs of praise, I should think.
Well, God gives us a choice, doesn't he? I mean, a choice to use our gifts wisely or foolishly.
I suppose it's my fault, is it? Yeah.
I'm reminded of the parable of the 9 virgins. 8 of them were wise and used their tin openers diligently, but the 9th was a clumsy, loud-mouthed virgin who kept whittering on about
you're making that up!
Look, there are 6 million cats in this country. How many tins of kanga chunks would God have to watch over to make sure that nerks like you didn't cut their fingers?
I think the point here is that God can't really be expected to be in 2 places at once.
Yes, he can. He's omnipresent, for God's sake. Look, God loves us all.
Doesn't seem to love me very much.
Well, amazingly, he does. It's me who can't stand the sight
I
of you.
think we might have exhausted this line of questioning. Could we have the next question from the audience, please? It's a Mr. Bentos from Cheltenham.
Yep, that's me. I'd like to ask, why don't they have a key like they do on tins of corned beef?
Son.
Morning, John.
Morning, my parents.
Did you have a good day yesterday?
I did have a good day yesterday.
Did you win your tournament, son?
I did win my tournament.
Did you get fined again?
I did get fined again.
Don't slurp your orange juice.
What did you say?
I've told you before not to slurp your orange juice.
You cannot be serious! You cannot be serious! I did not slurp my orange juice! I did not slurp my drink! Did I slurp my drink? Did you hear a sound? Did you hear a sound? Tell me!
I heard a slurping sound.
Jesus Christ, woman! You cannot be serious! I want to bring in Dad. I want to hear what Dad has to say. Let's bring in Dad. Let's hear what Dad has to say.
Did you hear a sound, Patrick?
The drink was slurped.
Jesus Christ! Why am I surrounded by incompetence? Why is everyone against me?
John, why don't you calm down, come and finish your breakfast?
This egg is runny. I must have my eggs boiled for 6 minutes. How long was this egg cooked?
I boiled it for 6 minutes.
You did not boil it for 6 minutes!
Oh, yes, I did.
You didn't. Is this yolk hard? Is this yolk runny? Is this yolk hard? Is this yolk runny? This yolk is runny!
I'm telling you, I boiled it for 6 minutes.
You did not boil. Jesus Christ, Mother! You are the pits of the earth! You are so incompetent! You ought to be made to sit in a pile of puke!
Right, that's enough. Go and sit in another room and have your breakfast. I've had enough of this behavior.
What did I do? What did I say? What did I do? What did I say? What? You said I slurred my drink? You said you boiled my egg for 6 minutes? I did not slurp my drink! I did not boil. I did not. The yolk is running. I did not.
Go into another room.
What did I do? What did I say? Why is everyone against me? Why I'm right? I'm always right.
Come in.
Morning, sir. Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Morning. Thank you. Good morning.
Sit down, too. Now, Rawlinson, we, the directors and I, have been considering the club's recent results.
Yes, sir.
Played 18, won 0, drawn 0, lost 19. This includes, of course, last night's match against Newport County, when you surrendered before kickoff.
Yes, sir.
Now, the directors and myself, we don't want to start apportioning blame or anything. But we did feel that perhaps some new players...
I signed 3 new players last week, sir.
Ah, yes, so you did. Kevin Rawlinson, Gary Rawlinson, and Denny Hotchkiss.
Fine lads, sir.
Perhaps, but by some remarkable turn of fate, Rawlinson, all 3 are your cousins.
That's a lie, sir.
All right, so Denny Hotchkiss is your wife's cousin.
He's a fine, promising youngster, sir.
He's 47.
Not until September, sir.
And as for our so-called youth squad...
Now, sir, I won't have a word said against those lads. I look on those lads like... Well, like a father looks on his son, sir.
They are your sons, Rawlinson.
Coincidentally, sir, yes.
I suppose that's why we signed our new left winger.
Sir, that left winger is there for reasons of skill, pace, and experience.
And because she's your mother?
There is a family connection, sir.
She's your mother, Rawlinson. And she's 81.
Well, she's young for her age, sir.
But you know, all this, Rawlinson, would pale into insignificance if it wasn't for the question of our goalkeeper.
Well, he tries his best.
Tries his best? Rawlinson, how do you think we directors feel sitting in our box come a Saturday, looking down at our goalkeeper, running around in excited little circles, yapping and barking and pausing only to piddle against the goalposts?
Fluffy's been in the family for years, sir.
I'm surprised you don't play your blasted cat.
It's got a groin strain. I suppose this is it, then, is it? A sack? Another Football League manager fired?
Now, Rawlinson, listen to me. This club isn't like the others. We don't sack our managers just because you lose a few games. So we're going to give you one last chance. Win on Saturday, and your job is safe.
Thank you, Uncle Norris. Thank you.
Oh, it's time once again for 2 perfectly ordinary families to pit their perfectly ordinary wits against themselves in a perfectly ordinary bout of mental arm wrestling by Jiminy. Taking part tonight are the Brainy family from Croydon. Mr. Giles Brainy is a quantity surveyor.
Hello.
His wife, Serena Brainy, is a quantity surveyor. Hello. And their children are Julian, 16, and Nigel, 15, who are quantity surveyors.
Hello.
Into the lists against them are the Smart-Arse family from Cambridge. Mr. Giles Smart-Arse is a quantity surveyor.
Hello.
His wife, Serena Smart-Arse, is a quantity surveyor. Hello. And their children are Julian, 16, and Nigel, 15, who are both quantity surveyor. We're now going to show you a perfectly ordinary BBC programme about quantity surveying.
We're all here to pay tribute to a very beautiful, but a very oppressed country. Isn't that right, Tony?
That's right, Jack.
And the nominations are El Salvador, Wales, Afghanistan, and Poland. And the winner is... Hey, Poland!
Tonight, by satellite, Hollywood pays tribute to Poland.
But the big question everyone is asking tonight is, where is Lech Walliser?
Well, one thing is for sure, he ain't here. No, he's been detained elsewhere, but Tony and I would like to pay tribute to him
by announcing the award for Pole of the Year.
And the nominations are General Yaroselsky, General Zabrovsky, General Krimonov, and Leech Weltzer. And the winner is Leech Weltzer, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, unfortunately, Lech couldn't be here with us tonight. But to accept the award on his behalf, we have a former Pole, Stefan Jonafowski, better known as Steve York.
You know, it's awful sad that Lush can't be with us tonight. Because I'm reminded of something that John Wayne said to me when I was on the set with Bill Holden. And Natalie Wood. He said, Bing Crosby was there as well, as a matter of fact. He said, the only good pole is a deed pole. Or something like that, anyway.
Thank you, Barry. And now, it is my tremendous privilege to have on the end of the line here the President of the United States. Hello, Mr. President.
Friends and fellow lovers of Poland. You know, this is a very sad occasion for me. Only the other day, I was introduced to a little Polish boy. His grandfather is still in Poland, enduring the hardships of an oppressive regime. He only earns 2 pesetas a week. But let me tell you, that old man, despite all the hardships, still manages to put on a clean pair of underpants every day. And you know, by the end of the week, he can't get his trousers on.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very kind. Well, that draws our celebrations for tonight to a conclusion. And to finish us all up, we have Mr. Frank Sinatra
and Miss Barbara Streisand with a song we all have in our hearts for Lucky Poland.
There's no land like Poland. It's not a slow land. It is a get up and go land. So walk on right between the buns, blacks. Tell those Ruskies to move their butts out of town. Tell General Jarawelski. Tell them Frankie. Say, hey, you, quit that clamping down. Take me home to Poland, 'cause Gdansk is my kind of town.
Mr. Smartass, how many quantity surveyors were to the left of the bird with the big tits?
Sprinterman, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
I believe you told us yesterday that after leaving the hospital on the night in question, you went straight home.
Yes.
Did anyone see you entering your house?
No.
My lad, there's one thing very vital lacking from Mrs. Pinterman's account so far, and that is the alibi. The alibi is the crucial matter in this case. The alibi is what we're looking for. So where is the alibi?
What is the alibi?
Yes, Mr. Davis, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court the precise meaning of this word.
An alibi, my lord, is defined as being a plea that when an act took place, one was elsewhere.
Oh, an alibi.
Is that what you mean, Mr. Davis?
My lord, are we going to let phonetic discrepancies deter us from the facts? The facts are no one saw Mrs. Pinterman entering our house, and ultimately she has no alibi.
She has no alibi.
Ah, even my learned counsel for the defense admits it. His client is guilty.
What are you talking about?
Gwilt! Even her very identity is in doubt. Mrs. Pinterman, have you or have you not in the past gone under an alias? What? Have you used an alias, my lad? The question is crucial.
But we don't understand the question, Mr. Davis. What is an alias?
An alias? An alias? I can scarcely believe my ears. It's a common enough legal term.
I've never heard of it.
Well, I'll refer you to any number of standard reference works. Goldsmith, Armitage, and Berlin, Teach Yourself Law, Book 4. The Open University Criminology Course, Part 1. The Perry Mason Book for Boys, 1962. An alias is defined as the assumption of an alternative identity for nefarious purposes.
Nefarious purposes?
Precisely, my lord. We have heard it all end.
Alleged.
That this woman visited her spoliums on that fatal night.
Fatal night.
But I submit she is little more than a common public nuisance.
Nuisance.
And her whole testimony is little more than a tissue of lies.
A tissue.
Yes, my lord. As the bard put it, hell hath no fury like a woman scrawled.
I don't understand.
Quiet! This case has been one of the most difficult and embarrassing of my long career. You are an evil and malicious young trollop who has willfully committed an evil crime, and yet you have come to this court and without any consideration forced this unfortunate young man to behave like a cross between a human vegetable and Ronnie Barker. You are someone who wantonly thrusts herself upon men for sexual fantasy wherever you may find them. Perhaps you'd like to join me for lunch.
Another row over perks and fiddling amongst BR staff exploded this afternoon when the 235 from King's Cross was found in the driver's garage.
And we've just heard that Barry Manilow is currently being held in custody in Los Angeles under the Nose Abatement Act.
Complications have set in for the London woman who fitted herself with a homemade contraceptive coil. She's now expecting a baby in the spring.
How people always think of the British Museum as being a rather dark and stuffy place that's full of mouldy old relics that don't mean anything to anybody. Well, the other day I went over there to find out if it was really true, and I made two new friends, Jean-Pierre and Hugo. Hugo, what do you think of the British Museum?
Well, it's an interesting building, isn't it? Its primary purpose is, of course, functional.
Right.
Really, it's a sort of large container of treasures rather than a treasure itself.
Jean-Pierre, you seem not to agree with
Of course
me.
I don't agree. Who is this man? He is an insult to me.
Right, well, what do you think of the British Museum, then?
Me, I am disgusted by it, of course. Who is this man, Hugo? Its primary purpose is, of course, functional. What a load of willies! Its primary purpose is, of course, sexual. It is a massive assertion of the phallic power of London. These huge columns plunging into Mother Earth.
That's a rather unorthodox point of view, isn't it?
Unorthodox? Who would not be unorthodox in a country like this where everyone is so repressed? Prince Charles, he gets married in St. Paul's. This enormous titty. The biggest titty in the world. And who mentions it? No one. No one!
If I may say so, I mean, anyone who's watching this is going to think that you're completely potty.
Putty? Of course I am putty. Who would not be a putty in a country where the Houses of Parliament are erected in the shadow of something called Big Ben that every hour says dong?
Aren't you just sex mad?
Who would not be sex mad in a country where they erect an enormous phallus in the centre of London and call it Nelson's Column? Nelson's Column? Pah! It is Nelson's Willy! That's what it is, Nelson's Willy! A huge, massive, private part, exposed to the air, penetrating the skies in the hope that the Union will produce another Nelson with another phenomenally large Willy. And all people say the post office tower. The post office tower? Pah! It is a post office prick plunging the skies in the hope.
That's the end of this series.
Some little baby towers.
It's as though we're all going our separate ways now. We've had some good times and some bad times, haven't we, Mel?
Yes, Ron, we have. You know, it's funny, no matter how much you try and forget the old times, the memory kind of lingers, doesn't it?
Wise man once said, all good things must end. It's been the theme of many singers who tell us goodbye is the hardest word to say. So let's just say,
Cunnilingus. I never thought it would come to this, saying cunnilingus and then walking away. But at least it's better than saying goodbye, 'cause goodbye is the hardest word to say. So we'll sing cunnilingus, we've had some fun. Cunnilingus, but what's done is done. Cunnilingus, you'll soon find someone new who'll never say cunnilingus to you. Cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus, Mel. Cunnilingus, me old mate.
Cunnilingus, Pam?
Come on, not much further. Come on, that's very good. You're going to make it. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yes, nearly. And well done. Very good. Well, perhaps you'd like to try it now without Mr. Johnson.
Why don't you grow up, you little bastards?
What's going on, darling?
Nothing, I'm just talking to the plants. Come on!
Ladies and gentlemen, Apollo Theatre Productions, in conjunction with the British Broadcasting Corporation, proudly present, for the first time on stage, Not the 9 O'Clock News.
Now Jen Leeming introduces the 9 O'Clock News. While here on 2 we offer as an alternative, Not the 9 O'Clock News.
All out to the band on plantation. All out to the band what's got you? Wouldn't care at all if a little bit of fallout fell in out of the blue. Wouldn't be alarmed if a bit of napalm defoliated you. If I had a bomb and a plane to drop it from, I'd drop it on you. World leaders, drop it on you. World leaders, if I had a bomb and a plane to drop it from the air. All that's to my confrontation. All that's to my confrontation.
Hello?
Hi.
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 Hello. It's great to be here.
Hi.
We are the Comedy Improvisation Theater of Chicago. It's great to be here.
Hi.
We're looking forward to being intimate with you tonight
Hi.
on a 4 to 2,000 basis. My name is Michael. This is Martha.
Hi. I'm cute.
Okay. Hi, I'm an asshole, okay?
And I'm just weird.
Oh.
We're really into audience participation.
Yeah.
Is there anybody here who doesn't know how to masturbate? Okay, raise your hands.
Raise your hands.
Raise your hands if you don't know how to masturbate. Come on, raise your hands. Come on, raise it. Oh, good, okay. And lower them again, and raise them again, and lower them again. Good. Okay, come on here.
Very simple.
God, that is so sexist.
Okay. We'd like to start with a little improvisation here, okay, if you don't mind. We want you to shout out the name of your job, your profession, what you do for a living, and we'll extemporize a real crazy skit about it, okay? Come on, just shout it out.
Okay,
shout out
come
what you
on,
do for a living.
shout out what you do for a living.
Don't any of you guys work down
bank-
here at all?
we got a banker down here.
Got a
We got a
banker
banker
here.
down
We
here.
have a banker down here. Okay, great. Let's go with the banker sketch. Hey!
Okay, well, let's go back.
Well, we've hit a bit of a hitch with banker there. Is there anybody else who does any job? Did you say you were a plumber?
You
a plumber?
Oh, no. There's no plumbing in your family at all.
There's a guy down here who looks like a plumber, Mike. But,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
He's not.
No.
I guess we'll just go with a banker sketch. Let's go with a banker sketch. Hey!
Okay, so the banker sketch. Woo! I am a housewife dusting.
I'm the baby on the rug.
And I'm her husband. I'm taking a bath, okay?
Ding dong.
I wonder who that could be.
Who's that, Mommy?
Who's at the door, honey?
I'll see. Hi.
Hello. I'm the banker. I've come to do the plumbing.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think under the circumstances, over-generous reaction. But thank you. This is actually an unscheduled moment. We normally go straight on to another sketch, but it's a rather special evening for reasons I'll explain. About 20 minutes before the show went up, we had a call backstage, and frankly, a little bit of a panic because we heard that a member of the royal family wanted to come and see the show. This show. This is serious, but absolutely genuine. No, don't laugh. It's true. He's in here somewhere. Anyway, they said the Duke of Kent and 3 guests wanted to come and see the show. We are sort of theoretically sold out, but fortunately we managed to find a party of 4 Argentinians, and we told them that if by midnight they were still within 200 miles of the theatre, we'd shoot them.
Greetings. I am sorry to interrupt your show, but I must speak with you urgently. My name is Zack. I come from another planet. It is a very different planet to this one. We have no death, no gravity, and a different shaped gear stick on the mini metro. Also, we have a different language. The reason I'm able to speak to you is through this small podule here that simultaneously translates what is Keep it switched on. I come here secretly and against the expressed wishes of the Galactic Council to warn you of the imminent takeover of your civilization by my planet. All the necessary information has been gathered for the invading forces, and I can now reveal the name of the Earth agent responsible. On our planet, he was known as Lycon, or the one who asks too many questions. On Earth, he has been known as Michael Parkinson. He is now being withdrawn because his human face mask is visibly cracking. But be warned, he is to be replaced, namely by one of the Nancy boys from That's Life. I'm sorry, my podule seems to be malfunctioning in English. Woolworths, sur le pont d'Avignon, je t'aime, moi non plus. Back to the shop. There may not be much time. Here are the 4 courses of action you must take to avoid the destruction of your civilization. Secondly, there are Falkland Islands, but it may be too late. Thirdly, the Schrecklicher Kartoffelkopf, Anthony Wedgwood they're carted off to the family farm at once. Fourthly, do not buy Duracell batteries. They may last 6 times longer, but they cost 7 times as much.
When I'm alone with you, I'm quiet and shy. You're always asking me what's on my mind. I find it hard to tell you how I feel. It's only late at night my heart's revealed. 'Cause communication comes in many ways, they say. God, for instance, speaks through Robin Day. And I express myself a curious way. 'Cause it all comes out at the end of the day. 'Cause means I respect you. Oh yes, means that I really care. Means yes, I'd like to meet your parents. Means what nice string underwear. Communication is a funny thing. When birds are stuck for words, they start to sing. Licking bottoms is the doggy's way. When you make love to me, all I can say is oh, means I've come off the pill. Oh, means how come you look so ill. Oh,
Good evening, and welcome to the Cathedral Church of Christ the King here in Liverpool, where on this very special Sunday we are honoured with the gracious presence of His Supreme Holiness Pope John Paul II. Hello, Johnny. And our thanks go out to you and to your holy army of over 700 technicians who have been beavering throughout the night to construct this rather repellent setting.
1, 2, 3, 3 men, 2 men, Amen.
But how nice it is to see this glorious house of God filled to overflowing with over 2,000 local people come together to worship. Indeed, it makes quite a change to have so many here, because it wasn't quite the same story last week, for instance, was it? Last week, the congregation numbered 104, 96 of whom had turned up a week early by mistake. And the week before that, Harvest Sunday, there were 3 of us. Myself, the organist, Mr. Henhouse, and a packet of sultanas. Where were you bastards then? Sitting on your fat agnostic asses in front of Holiday 82, I should think. Watching Monsignor Cliff Mitchellmore preaching on suntan availability in the Algarve. But not tonight, eh? Oh no. Not when there's a chance of getting a whiff of the papal right guard. You trot along here in your nasty little Vatican earrings and John Paul is my kind of pontiff headscarves. Sitting on pews that haven't seen your bum or any bum in a month of Sundays. You don't know whether to sit, kneel or stand. You're up and down like a whore's drawers. Christ was right, wasn't he? When 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, the Pope must have been shot again. Oh, to hell with it. Wheel him in.
Dearly beloved, Mark McCormack with Top 10 Commandments Limited and Last Supper Catering International proudly present a Mr. Kipling Cakes production starring His Holiness Pope John Paul Sony Betamax cassette recorder II. And here's Johnny! This production is brought to you by Magnificat Pet Foods, the Rubik's Rosary Company, and the makers of St. Teresa's waffle syrup. The staple maple maple. Mwah.
If you believe in the Holy Ghost, why don't you try a funky papal wholemeal host? It's so natural and flavorsome, the kids will want to stay for some more. It's not a lot to pay for a really tasty wafer. If you believe in the Holy Ghost, try a little bit of wholesome, get down funky papal wholemeal host. Yum, yum.
Also available in chocolate and spearmint flavors.
Ladies and gentlemen, first I would like to ask, does anyone here own a large black and white dog? Does anyone here own a large black and white dog? No. Oh my God, I just ran over the vicar. No, but seriously, folks, mare means the too good to hare means now a few impressions. Bruce forsyth. Niece to see you, niece. Tommy Cooper. Not like that. Like that. It's the way I tell them. I say. I went into a pub before the show, and just inside the door was this big pile of dog muck. I put my foot right in it and slid right across to the bar. Then this other geezer comes in. He treads in it too and slides right across the room next to me. So I says to him, here, I just did that. So he hit me. Thank you.
Be the first in your crowd to wear a t-shirt of the Turin shroud. You'll be so proud of your Turin shroud t-shirt. Amen.
And now, for the first time in this country, His Holiness will perform a miracle. This miracle is sponsored by the London Rubber Company and the Valderma Acne Corporation. The Papal Pimple People. Sister Ursula, the Trimphone. Now, the miracle. Using only the power of prayer and his naked hands. His Holiness will phone British Rail Inquiries and get an answer. Obviously, this miracle is extremely difficult, and His Holiness requires complete silence. I said complete silence. There's someone drumming somewhere.
Last call for Laker Flight 674 to Tenerife, now boarding at gate 32. Thank you.
The date, the 8th of January 1982, and Laker Airways passed into the hands of the official receiver. A nation mourns. But what did Sir Freddie Laker ever do for the working classes? Hey!
Freddie, we're all on standby, and we'll stand by you. Kyrie eleison, Freddie, and your SkyTrain too. We're standing here like pilots and behaving like loons, because Tim Rice wrote the lyrics and Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote the tunes.
Our story begins at Gatwick, the year 1970.
It's Freddie, it's Freddie, it's Freddie, it's Freddie, it's Freddie, it's Freddie. So we're running about and doing a lot of acting. At first we thought it was Jerry, and it's definitely Freddie.
I'm Freddie, and I am ready, and I won't go to beddy until I've done what a man has to
to do to achieve whatever Tim Rice and Lloyd Webber need to write a show about me. Ha! Ha!
What a daring thing to write a show about!
It's about an old clerk with a generous heart who's in love with a tart who's falling apart. It's a bit like the plot of Evita. The bullshit will flow by the litre. But
Lost.
I have a dream, and I know how crazy this sounds, that one day people will be able to fly to New York and back for £154.
For £154.
And I know how crazy that sounds.
And he knows how crazy that sounds. £154. £154. £154.
Gatwick, you're okay, Gatwick. I looked at loads of other airports, but they're not as good as you. I went for Luton, I thought in terms of Stansted, but then I chose you. You're gonna come through.
He comes from the people, he comes from the people, etc., and so on.
You people of Gatwick, so proud and courageous. We've stood here for ages, so let's go for a pint. But who will have to pay in the end? Ha! The people wanted cheap fares to the Costa Brava, but no one knew the price that they'd all have to pay. But who's this? And who gives a shit?
I feel a right tit.
Ah, yes, just one of the few left in the wake of the Laker machine, the human refuse that capitalism leaves behind it usually.
Freddie.
What is it?
When shall I see you again?
I'm a busy man. I'm a tycoon now. Time is money, etc.
Etc.
etc. etc. etc. etc.
I'm just a piece of hand baggage. That's all I am to him. He unzips me, removes a pair of underpants, and stashes me in the wardrobe of his mind. I'm like a piece of hand baggage, going round and round on one of those things they have at airports. You know, where your bag comes out and goes round and round and round. And you know the things I mean. Well, anyway, I'm like one of those.
June 1981, and Freddie was in trouble. No one knew why exactly, but it was something to do with the reception. Ha! Things are looking so bad, I started pacing around.
Things are looking bad, so he started pacing around.
In New York, cancel all calls. I'm in conference.
Shouting, we're standing here shouting. It's very exciting. Just look at the lighting. Cobblers, it's a load of old cobblers, but at least we're not jobless. And the job is a dollar as long as you don't start thinking. Don't do any thinking. Why you'll start going drinking. It's a load of old cobblers.
So now I'm alone, and your spine starts to tingle, and your spirits start to rise, because here's the hit single.
We're standing off stage humming, building the tension while alone.
Gatwick. I'm old and fatwick. I've started choking and the lights have all gone blue. Farewell to Heathrow. Now I'm on death row. But I know you'll come through, 'cause airports like you always do. Gatwick, I'm on the Matwick. I'll miss your radar and your flashing amber lights. I'll miss your fun ways, and of course your runways. We certainly had some good times as well as some bad times.
Gatwick, etc. Gatwick, with your approaches and your nice departure lounge, etc. bookshop, duty free and so forth. You'll always be there, 'cause airports like you always, airports like you always need, airports like you always need, airports like you always, airports like you always, airports like you always, airports like you always.
The show's over, Freddie. Or is it? 1982 and SkyTrain went bust. And the letters, well, the letters just poured in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back on stage, together again, Mr. Paul Simon and Mr. Art Garfunkel.
Hello, London. Nice to be here.
Hello,
How
London.
are you?
Beautiful theatre in Drury Lane, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it goes right the way up there. It's incredible. This is a song that I wrote last November, I think it was.
No.
How did you? Was it later than that?
No, I wrote it.
Oh yeah, you wrote it.
It's a song I wrote last November. It's a song about love.
And hate.
Yeah, it's a song about love and hate. It's called Here's Hoping.
It's probably stolen from a song by the Everly Brothers.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There was a time when you and I were as close as apple and pie. There was a time when you and me were as close as typhoon and tea. But times have changed in oh so many ways, that although we're back together, we hate each other nowadays. So here's hoping your children get murdered by a madman with an axe. Here's hoping you get imprisoned for cheating on your tax. Here's hoping on holiday you get rabies.
He's hoping your wife can't have babies.
He's hoping your wife can, but they're all criminally insane.
Here's hoping your voice breaks and you never work again.
Asshole. Here's hoping, my love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, Paul, and Simon. And now we come to the part of the show where we present the awards. And first tonight, one of the most coveted prizes in show business, the Roger Moore Award. This is an award for the worst performance given during the year by a man in a leading role who's had his face dyed orange. And the nominations are Roger Moore for Cannonball Run, Roger Moore for Your Eyes Only, Roger Moore for The Wild Geese, and Ernest Borgnine for Poseidon 2. And the winner is Anthony Andrews for his BAFTA Award acceptance speech. And here to accept the award on his behalf is Donald Sinden.
Thank you, Angela, darling. It's marvelous to be here receiving the Roger Moore Award on behalf of that talented young actor, Andy Pandy. Especially here in this glorious theatre with its marvelous acoustics, which allow me to go right over the top with words such as appreciation and gratitude and porcupine. But before I do that, I have an award of my own to present, and the award is for the actor most likely to snuff it. Because his doctor has failed to tell him he is suffering from a terminal heart condition. And the nominations are Laurence Olivier for Papworth Revisited, Sir John Gielgud for Chariots of Heartburn, and Ernest Borgnine for Poseidon 2. And the winner, well, this is quite a surprise, darlings, because the winner is Donald Sinden.
Thank you, Donald. And the final award tonight is the award for the best performance by a crustacean. In a supporting role. And the nominations are the crocodile in Alligator, the lobster in Annie Hall, the giant prawn in Invasion of the Crab Monsters, and Ernest Borgnine. For Poseidon 2. And the winner is the Winkle in the French Lieutenant's Woman.
All right, gather round, men.
Yes,
Gather
here we
round.
are, sir.
Well, we're all off to the Falkland Islands.
Oh, smashing!
The Navy can't handle the situation alone, so of course they've called the SAS in.
Better get our ropes then, sir.
Just a moment, man. There's a snag.
What's that, sir?
I've been and wrecked this job, and unfortunately, we can't use our ropes.
What? Can't use our ropes, sir? That's ridiculous.
No, the Falklands are far too flat.
Too flat, sir?
Yes, the cliffs are tiny and everyone lives in little bungalows. I've been and checked the job from every angle, and I'm afraid there's no way we can use our ropes.
Sir.
You're very quiet, Peebles.
Yes, sir. Well, sir, quite frankly, we can't use our ropes on this job, then I personally don't want to go.
No, we not, sir.
I mean, it's like asking the French Foreign Legion to go on a job without using those little flaps to keep the sun off.
Look, you get bags of other opportunities to use your ropes. We let you practice all day with your ropes. We let you invent new knots for your ropes. We let you take your ropes home at weekends.
Sir, could I make a suggestion, sir?
Ah, it's you, Nobby. Glad to see you back after your operation.
Sir, you say there's no way we can anchor our ropes, but couldn't we anchor them to a chopper?
Well, we could, but not to yours, by the sound of it.
Sir, isn't there a radio mast in the Falkland Islands?
Go on.
Well, couldn't we get the invader to group under there and then we could tie our ropes to it and come down on it?
Oh, yes, excuse me, would you mind clustering under this radio mast and so we can get in a decent swoop? Don't talk so bleeding stupid.
They might agree.
Will they bollocks?
How do you know, sir?
Because I've already bloody asked them, that's why I know. Now look, if you go on this mission without your ropes, the next mission we get, I promise you, you will all be issued with a brand new rope.
What, poly fibre with Dacron binding, sir?
Well, okay.
Anti-slip with heat-sealed ends.
That could be arranged.
Pink ones?
Any colour you want, Nobby.
Right,
We're
with you!
This next item, routine, is called insulting the audience. What I do is I don't insult the whole audience. I pick on one person in particular, and I draw attention to their physical disabilities, and I make mock of them, and everybody laughs. Well, I say everybody laughs. Obviously, that's everybody except you. I can't do this. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm terribly sorry. I can't do this. And now I'm supposed to come on here and insult this man, and I'm terribly sorry, madam. I am most terribly sorry. I was told to pick on you because you are that particular size, aren't you? Well, I mean, I think even you would admit that you are huge, aren't you? How can you laugh? You're heartless! Heartless! I'm fat! Not as fat as she is, thank God, but I'm fat! I know what it's like! She probably just likes chocolates. I only say that because she's got terrible acne, and I believe that comes if you eat too many chocolates. Life has dealt this woman a hideous blow! And a hideous husband as well, by the look of things. I'm sorry, I'm just assuming that you two are man and woman. Man and wife, I mean. Because if you're not, you two freaks ought to get together because you're made for each other. I would carry her across the threshold as soon as possible. Well, I say carry, I mean shove her across the threshold if you can find a threshold. I'm not talking to you if you don't mind.
That is typical of the fascist anti-stout oppression which has been running through this whole show.
No,
Anti-stout! Anti-stout!
I'm sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen.
We are not huge, we are not dangle bellies, we are not floppy bottoms. We are stout and we are proud.
Yes, this is a member of a fat liberation organisation. Flab, Fat Louts Against Bikinis. And I'm glad he's turned up, actually, because it gives me a chance to use my alternative ad-lib, which I've got written down here somewhere.
This whole theatre is anti-stout. Anti-stout. An ordinary stout comes to this theatre. Look, there are no proper picnic hamper facilities. There's only one short meal break.
What?
It's outrageous.
Why didn't you go and sit back in your chair and we'll get someone to plug it in later on?
Oh, yeah. Have you tried sitting in one of those chairs, have you? Have you tried sitting in one of those chairs? It's like trying to sit in a bowler hat. I can only get one cheek in.
Yeah, well, this is very unpleasant.
We at Flab are now in complete control of this theatre.
Now, this is hardly
a disgrace. What a load of willies! What?
Are you with him at all?
Of course not. You English fat people disgust me.
Because I always feel happier with a pair of tits.
Look at you, you great floppy bottom. When I come to a theatre, I come to be stimulated. If I want to see a heffalump blowing off, I can go to the zoo.
We are not floppy bottoms, we are not heffalumps.
Shut up, you great salami. What are you doing in a theatre? You should be in a pie.
Let's not get involved in this, because I'm trying to give a performance here. If you don't mind.
Performance? Pah! What do you English know of a performance? You are so repressed. You cannot see the sexuality that is all around you. Look at this theatre. This theatre is not a theatre. It is an enormous womb.
It may be a big room, mate, but those chairs are tiny.
Womb. It is an enormous vulva. Every night a lot of pricks come in and out, and twice a night on Saturday.
This is entirely irrelevant.
Shut up.
Can I just say
Stop this performance at once. You are all under arrest.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
This is a citizen's arrest by the provisional wing of the National Viewers and Listeners Association, and I must warn
could you sit down, please,
I will
madam?
not sit down. I did not see that last sketch myself, but I am told it was quite obscene.
Who is this cantankerous old buttock?
You see, what you young people don't realise is that by constantly slipping quite casually into bad language, you undermine the meaning of it, and this sort of filth is becoming so common. You don't even realise you are hairy scrotum doing it.
Now this is my idea of a woman. I thrust my knob into your immediate vicinity.
You see, you cannot even open your mouth without a stream of smut coming, I'm coming, don't stop, I'm coming out of it.
I'm going now.
You should all be well hung.
Madam, you have come to the right place. My nuts crave your tickling.
Filth, that is huge wobbling melon's filth.
We are not huge wobbling
for God's sake.
Blasphemy, you see, day by day, we see the name of the Lord taken in throbbing orifice vein. And if God were here now, he would damn you for that.
I am.
And who is this, please?
Typical. Take my name in vain. You don't even recognize me when I turn up.
God.
The Lord God Almighty to you, you French Burke.
Oh, yea, the mighty Lord is come upon us.
Stop whining, woman. Bugger it, missed. I am God. Now, I want to know, what's the big idea of taking the piss out of me?
We only did it because we thought you didn't exist.
But if I don't exist, what's the point in taking the piss out of me?
We're sorry, we're very sorry.
Sorry? Lot's wife was sorry. And after 2,500 years, she's still being licked by cows. Desmond Wilcox was sorry, but he's still married to Esther Ranson. It's a spot spot of damnation for you, lads.
No.
You'll be in everlasting torment.
Oh, no, you don't mean.
Yes. You're all going to have a go at presenting Film 82.
Come on, for Christ's sake! Hello, bloody hell, can I have it? Hello? Hello, anybody here? I knew I should have sat down and watched bloody television. Waste of bloody time on the bloody theatre these days. Waste of bloody time. I tell you, the only people who come to the theatre these days are puffs and members of the SDP. You better decide which you are. Not much of a choice, is it? I'm gonna rather be a puff myself. Come on. As for the SDP, well, I don't give a about the SDP. But there are two things I'm afraid I just do not bloody understand about the SDP. One, why does Shirley Williams always look as though she's been dragged through a bloody hedge backwards? Secondly, why is Jenkins, that pink-faced, bespectacled old wino, in any bloody position of responsibility whatsoever? I mean, he can't even speak proper. I heard him on television last bloody week talking about high-wanking politicians. Unbelievable. I mean, how can a man like that run the bloody country? It's a bloody disgrace. The SDP, the speech defect party. Hello, anybody here? Mind you, it's a bloody time watching bloody television these days. I was watching a bloody programme last week. I can't remember what's called. A Celebrity Bloody Squares. That was it. What a load of tat. Trotting on all these so-called celebrities. I'd never heard of any of them. I watch television 16 hours a bloody day. And there's only one programme I've ever seen these people on. And that's Celebrity Bloody Squares. It's a fact. It's a fact. And you get exactly the same bloody bunch on that bloody BBC, bloody blankety bonk. With that daft Irish git Terry Wogan who gets up my nose. He gets up my nose too. Right. I hate him. But people say, oh, he's so funny. Oh, he's so talented, Terry. Oh, did you hear Terry Wogan on the radio this morning? He was so funny. Well, I tell you, I've tried. I've tried to listen to Terry Wogan on the radio in the morning to see if he's got any bloody talent whatsoever. And I've come to the conclusion that he's got about as much talent as a bowl of diarrhea. He is crap. Him and that bloody Jimmy Young. Well, I say young. I mean senile. Silly old git, what a bloody pair. But I tell you, these Terry Wogan fans, if I were you, I wouldn't give them the time of bloody day. If they come up to you and start guessing about Terry Wogan, my advice to you is be firm. All right? Be firm. So if they come up to you and say, oh, did you hear Terry Wogan on the radio? Just but fuck off. It's the only bloody way, I tell you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to
interrupt the show momentarily. I guess it's our show, so I guess it's our show to interrupt when we want to. It's been going very well, and I think you've been a nice audience. I really came out to apologise. I'm sorry for what has been from me, at least certainly a very below par performance this evening. There are extenuating circumstances which I wanted to explain. You see, my mother hasn't been very well recently. Thank you very much. Jesus, really sick people in here. When I arrived at the theatre this evening, actually, I heard that she's begun to exhibit the dreadful and debilitating symptoms of Hershey's disease. But what's so funny about this, man? Anyway, it'll be at least prompt
3 weeks.
3 weeks until we know whether she'll recover or not. Anyway, I'm sorry about this prompt, unexpected interruption. But I guess we'll.
Soon!
Yeah, look, I know soon. That was a pause. Christ's sake, give me credit for at least a glimmer of. Damn, prompt. Intelligence, yes. Anyway, we should be getting another bulletin at 10 o'clock prompt.
Prompt!
Prompt, yes!
That's it!
We should be getting another bulletin at 10 o'clock. That's it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to have spoilt the flow of the second half. I didn't want to bring my own personal troubles onto stage. It's not fair on you or anybody else. Could I have a big round of applause, please, for Mr. Barry... Oh, fuck, prompt. Manilow!
The ponderous pounding of the piano is like they're pounding in my heart. And even though the verse has just begun, it's time for the chorus to start. Because I'm wet and lonely out here in the rain, and I'm flubbing my eyes out, rubbing your thighs out of my mind, but they come back again. Thank you. This one's for my very special fans. Thank you. What does a Barry Manilow fan look like? Well, she buys her clothes from C&A, and every day she goes shopping at Tesco's. And it's years since she got her end away. For lunch she has a pot noodle while she's watching Pebble Mill. She dreams of the way things used to be and wishes she was young and Jewish still. She dreams at what age she will marry a strange-looking foot called Barry. His hairless chest, she'll hold to her breast. She'll go crazy when he starts to undress. And when he can't perform at night, she'll put on a record of Barry's type, and everything will be alright. What does a Barry Manilow fan look like? She's not the sort that drives men wild with lust. Her hair looks like a pillow pad. She wears a nice
night when she's washing her face back off and plucking little hairs from her chin. She dreams of the way things used to be and dreams of how things might have been. She dreams that one day she will marry a hook-nosed hobo called Barry with bouffant hair and nothing down there and perfumed underwear. And when he can't get it up at night, she'll put on a record of Barry's Strike and everything will be alright. Constable Savage.
Oh, yes, sir.
Come here. I'm glad I've caught up with you at last, Savage. I've been hoping to have another of our little get-togethers about your recent behavior. Some of the charges you have been bringing lately, Savage, have, in my humble opinion, been a bloody disgrace.
What charges are they laying, sir?
Well, for instance, this one. Loitering around one of those little tin cubicles with intent to wait for a passport photograph. Savage, perhaps you're not aware of this, but it is not illegal to use a photo booth in this country. Neither is impersonating a member of the general public. An offence.
You sure, sir?
Of course I'm sure, Savage. Also, there is no law against failure to report a shaving accident or shopping without due care and attention.
You say so, sir?
Yes, I do say so, Savage. Didn't the community policing course teach you anything?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, I was forgetting. Being in charge of a motor vehicle whilst under the influence of Haile Selassie. Savage, some of these charges are just plain stupid. Crossing the street to avoid me. Is this some sort of sick joke, Savage?
No, sir.
And we have some more here. Living in a residential area during the hours of darkness. Living dangerously and willfully continuing to live after being asked to stop by a police officer. In short, Savage, in the space of 18 months since I last had the pleasure of your company, you have brought 2,354 ridiculous, trumped-up and ludicrous charges.
Yes, sir.
Against the same man, Savage. Your old friend and mine, Mr. Winston Kadogo of 55 Mercer Road. Leave the man alone, Savage. Look, you get some kind of perverted pleasure from going around inflicting misery on people?
Yes, sir.
I've just come from the station now. Mr. Kadogo was back in his old cell, of course, being held on a charge of grievous bodily odour. Are you aware, Savage, that Mr. Kadogo is of Caribbean extraction?
Is he, sir? I thought he was a nignog. He smells like a nignog, sir.
Rubbish, Savage! He's an exceedingly fragrant gentleman. And before you arrest him for fragrancy, this has got to stop. Why don't you arrest someone else for a change?
I am, sir.
Oh, yes, I was forgetting. Mrs. Bodicea Kadogo, Mr. Nelson Kadogo, and Master Wellington Kadogo, aged 3. At 4 a.m. last Thursday morning, you broke down the door of Mr. Kadogo's house and arrested his wife for talking after lights out. 2 days later, you broke through the window while the family were having breakfast and arrested his infant son, Wellington, for breaking and entering a boiled egg.
By when they look